Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about when Scotland cancelled Christmas. This is actually a video inspired by someone on my Patreon. In case you don't know what Patreon is, it's a way that people can support the channel. And by the way, this list of names that you can see in front of you are incredible people who do support the channel. Thank you all very much for all your amazingness. I got asked on Patreon, could I tell you some Scottish Christmas traditions? I struggled with this. I really struggled. I couldn't find any. I didn't know any. I was like, do I just not do anything traditionally Scottish? And then I started to look into it, and I realised there isn't really any traditional Scottish stuff. Not really. We've acquired things, but we've not really got many traditional Scottish things. And that is because we cancelled Christmas for around about 400 years. When I say we, I mean the man that lived in that house right there, John Knox, cancelled Christmas. So it's history time today. The Scottish Reformation, John Knox, 1560, essentially changed Scotland from a Catholic nation to a Protestant nation. This was massive, this was huge. The whole country changed over the course of a period of time. And Mary Queen of Scots wasn't too happy about it because she was Catholic. We used to celebrate Christmas. The pagans used to celebrate the the end of the winter solstice, you know, the darkest point of the year. They had a festival sort of thing there. And then in the 5th, 6th century, when Roman Catholicism came over, the pagan traditions got mixed in with the Christmas celebrations, and it became a time called Yule. Around about the 21st to the 26th of December became Yule. That went on for a long time. The traditions, you know, things started happening, and it was very much similar to how they celebrate Christmas or Yule in Europe until 1560. And actually, here, oh, perfect timing, as the bells of St Giles chime. This is where a lot of it happened. St Giles Cathedral, right here. Famously, where John Knox used to do a lot of his sermons. That's the right word, sermons from inside here. Ironically now, with a beautiful big Christmas tree right outside it. Now, it was huge, this. When you really think about it, it's huge. For one man, I mean, John Knox was a massive religious and political influence in Scotland. And he decided, or he felt, that the celebration of Christmas was too Catholic. That's why he thought we shouldn't celebrate it anymore. But the Reformation essentially got rid of Christmas here in Scotland. And it was huge. You could get in trouble. You could really get in trouble for celebrating Christmas. You could be fined, you could be imprisoned, you could have to make massive public apologies for celebrating Christmas. So much was John Knox's influence that in 1580, Parliament, which at the time was here, banned Christmas. So in 1580, Parliament officially banned Christmas. Now this had a massive influence on a lot of things, a massive knock-on effect to a lot of things as well. And you know, obviously businesses, there's actually records of people getting, you know, into trouble for celebrating Christmas. In 1583, 5 people in Glasgow were accused of keeping the Yule, makes sense, and they were ordered to make a public apology. Can you imagine going, say sorry for having a nice Christmas. Do it now. Also, the same year, the Scottish Church forbid bakers from making mince pies. Mince pies, in case you don't know them, I suppose they're very British, are a Christmas treat. You know what, I could do a mince pie right now. It really seems funny telling the story when you look at Christmas in Edinburgh alone now, let alone the rest of Scotland. Bakers used to get in trouble. The Scottish Church would tell them not to make mince pies In fact, they actually almost kind of bullied the bakers into informing on people if they came in asking for mince pies. Did you ask for a mince pie? No. Would you like a mince pie? Yeah. So bakers actually found a way of getting around this. I know mince pies as little small things that you hold in your hand, but they made them smaller, probably the size that we traditionally now know as a mince pie here in Britain, Scotland, Britain. I don't know if that's why it happened here and then it spread through the rest of Britain. I'm rambling now, sorry. Yeah, so they would make mince pies smaller so they could smuggle them and they were easier to hide. Yeah. It's like the worst drug deal ever. Can I get a couple of mince pies, please? What makes you think I'm the kind of person that might have mince pies? You're a baker. Alright, okay. So yeah, so this went on and on and on. It had a massive influence on everything. I mean, it actually kept going right up until the 1900s. Like, we're not even talking 100 years ago that Christmas, you know, really started to become a thing. So Christmas got banned. 1580, Christmas was officially banned, and that's how it went on for a long, long time. Scotland did not really celebrate Christmas in any way. People would maybe do it in smaller, homely little ways, but definitely not how we do it now. You would probably be shunned a little bit, but it wasn't until sort of Victorian time where Queen Victoria, married to a German, started, who really, you know, celebrate Christmas, started to enjoy the Christmas spirit. That then started to spread a little bit. So England started to celebrate Christmas a little bit more. And one thing that had a massive influence, massive influence on Christmas coming back, not only here, but the way we celebrate Christmas around the world, was Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Before that, Christmas really wasn't that big. And Charles Dickens came out with A Christmas Carol. It was huge. And Christmas really started to take off from there, returned to at least Victorian England, and then started to spread up here. And it wasn't actually until 1959 that officially in Scotland, Christmas Day became a holiday again. 1959. That's like 10 minutes ago. You know what I mean? Even thinking about it then, and it wasn't actually until I was saying it that, of course, Queen Victoria married a German who really celebrate Christmas, that it makes sense that we have German markets popping up everywhere for Christmas. It's that influence. So, with that, thank you, Germany. I really love the idea of someone being informed on by a baker, and then you can never trust those bakers, and then, you know, someone from the church going to interrogate them. Have you been celebrating Christmas? No, of course not. But I ask you again, have you been celebrating Christmas? No, honestly, no Christmas. I'm asking one more time. Have you been celebrating Christmas? I promise I have not been celebrating Christmas. However, the story doesn't end there. Christmas was cancelled, Christmas was brought back. But going back to the 1500s, it was difficult, as you can probably imagine, to make the Scots stop celebrating something. Any excuse for a party. So, we decided to move the party on a week. And John Knox was okay with this. New Year. Felt like it was a celebration of birth, of a new start, the new year. That he was okay with. So we embraced New Year. We properly took New Year into heart. And that is why Hogmany is so big here in Scotland. Because for 400 years, while the rest of you were celebrating Christmas, we were celebrating the New Year. But now where I'm standing, on Princess Street, is home to the biggest Hogmany New Year party in the world. Isn't that cool? So there you have it, guys, the story of how Scotland cancelled Christmas. It's interesting, isn't it? I didn't know that. But it explains, because honestly, when I got asked about Scottish Christmas traditions, I really struggled. Couldn't think of any. I'm sure there's maybe one or two, maybe small ones, maybe more local in areas in Scotland, but overall there's nothing big. So thank you for that question, a little wee video about it. I think we'll leave it there, guys. As always, give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed, leave a comment, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We are getting very close to 6,000 subscribers, which makes me very, very excited. But yeah, till next time, bye humans.